According to sources, the Air India had replaced the critical throttle control module, which includes the fuel control switches, twice on the Boeing 787 that crashed in Ahmedabad. The matter has come to light as United States Aviation regulator and Boeing maintain that the design of the fuel control switches is safe. Mehndi Garg is joining us for more details on this story. Mehndi, fresh information coming to light on this aircraft that had crashed and certain changes as well that had been made by Air India.
Well, indeed, the important developments are coming as Air India has replaced the critical throttle control module, which includes the fuel control switches twice on the Boeing 787 before it crashed, and also the investigation continues into what caused the fuel cutoff switches to activate during takeoff. But right now, the latest that we are tracking is that Air India has decided to replace a critical cockpit module housing the fuel control switches. And also the matter came to the fore as US's aviation regulator and Boeing maintain that the design of the fuel control switches is safe, even as investigators in India examined their possible role in the catastrophic crash that killed 260 people. And also the throttle control module, as in the TCM of the London-bound Dreamliner, was replaced in 2019 and again in 2023 in line with Boeing's maintenance planning document that requires the unit to be changed every 24,000 flight hours. But now the TCM also included there the fuel control switches, which investigators say unexpectedly moved to cut off just seconds after takeoff, as mentioned in the preliminary report. And also this disabled both engines, causing the plane to abruptly lose altitude and also flow into a building. So now also there the AAIB in its preliminary report noted that the TCM replacements in 2019 and 2023, but clarified they were not linked to any known defect with the switches. So following the AAIB probe's early findings also, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, as in the FAA, also issued a continued airworthiness notification. According to the document, it stated that the fuel control switch design does not pose an unsafe condition and ruled out the need for a formal airworthiness detective. So now a big development and big changes might occur in Air India Boeing. Yes, it is.
All right, let me also bring in Surjit Panesar, aviation expert, now into the broadcast. Surjit Panesar, how do you react to this information coming in through our sources regarding this aircraft and certain changes that Air India had to make to it?
Well, we appreciate if they have made any changes in the control switches, fuel control switches, but we want to know only one factor, whether it is done on the instructions of Boeing company or the head of the engineering department of Air India has done of his own. And we would like to know what changes he has made exactly in the operation of these fuel control switches, which is very important at this stage, whether Boeing company has ordered or they have done of their own. And I wish they should have done this change in all the 787s operating in India. This is very important.
Yes, absolutely. But Surjit Panesar, also, of course, Boeing and and others have been maintaining that their design is safe. But do you believe that this should be now investigated further if indeed these switches were changed, replaced twice reportedly, not just once?
Yes, we have to say, since the Boeing says the design is very safe, then we have to see what changes they are making it and how they are making these changes. Is it designed by Air India, head of the engineering department, or comparing the Boeing circular, they say that this design is very safe. You see, these switches are to be safe in all the aircraft, whether it's a Boeing or Airbus or any aircraft. They are special instruments which are protected. They cannot be operated straight away like on-off switches, like fuel switches and flap levers, and they have a proper catch and all that. So what changes we have, the Air India has made, we are not aware of it. But if the Boeing says it is safe, it must be safe. And we must know what are the changes made by Air India. And have they done it immediately on all the 787s operating in India? That's the point to be noted. Are there some aircraft still flying without the change?